Plus and love, my lords. Welcome to our live show, Meet the Artist today, co-hosted by DJ JD and Dudley. How's it going, gentlemen? How are you?
Good. Happy Friday. How's it going?
Hey, all is good. Hey, nice to be here.
Yeah. Dudley, whenever you start your mic, this is when it always blips. So always like unmute, wait 3 seconds,
Yeah,
and then talk if you
I will
can.
test it later on my own basis. I think I know what's going.
It always does
Yeah,
that.
yeah. I need to really wait like 3 seconds before it catches.
Mm-hmm. So we have the pleasure to have Unicode with us, who is our artist for the week, who's doing an art drop with us. How's it going, sir? Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us.
Yo, thanks for having me. How's it going, guys?
It's going great. Very, very nice to meet you.
Well, nice to meet you. It's a pleasure. Just by the way, how's my sound quality? Because I just got new earphones, and I want to, know if the mic quality is good.
I think it's good. I can hear you pretty well. I'm also on my
perfect.
AirPods, so I'm not sure, but I'm still talking to the microphone on the phone. So,
Yeah, no, it's all good now.
yeah, we'll figure it out. How's it going, DJ? How are you?
I am good. Great to be here. Happy Friday. Unicode, you sound fantastic. Mike is working well. Dudley, you're going to have to teach me how to do the tunes, man. I got to learn. The former DJ in me is like jonesing to do that. We'll need to talk offline.
For sure, we'll do that.
Red, how are you doing today?
Great, man. I've been busy all day, learning, trading, daydreaming, and educating myself. And it's 10 o'clock for me, and I can't understand how fast the day passed. I only had one meal, and I didn't do anything else. I was just like, on it the whole day.
The life of Web3.
It's oh my God, it's unreal. Yeah, now I feel excited again, like in 2020, if that makes sense. So let's see how it goes. But let's get this interview going, man.
Yeah, let's go. Unicode, thank you so much for agreeing to be in the exhibition and being here today.
Yeah, of course.
I know you're on holiday.
We appreciate it so much, my dude. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Of course.
It's a pleasure.
For everyone in the space that doesn't know, Unicode and I know each other from the Genuine Undead community. Wrote a little bit about that in the Meet the Artist article about him this week. And I see a bunch of our fellow holders and skulls down below. So welcome, everyone. Appreciate the support. Unicode has been a great artist for the community since the early days. And I imagine we'll talk about that a little bit today, but also talk about his art outside the community and all the awesome things he's working on. And maybe we'll talk a little bit about music too, because I found out this week that we've got some overlapping tastes. So I always like to talk about that. And also for folks that are here that are interested in the giveaways, make sure you have liked and retweeted the top post on my profile. We'll be doing that later. Once a giveaway of actually a Unicode unique piece of art that he did for the undead community. Don't have to be present to win that one. But we're also giving away a full set of Gimmicks Born Undead editions, which are...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
I bought 6 of his editions to burn, but I'm a lazy and forgetful guy, and I of course now I'm left with 6 of the same editions. But it's fine. It's great work.
Yeah, well,
nevertheless,
you can pick up the others on secondary. They're there. I think they're like 0.02 or so each. think the Red Rider, the blue one, is a little bit more. But yeah, no, I bought enough to mint 2 sets because I was planning on doing this giveaway. And then in some like pop fueled fog night, I like accidentally burned too many of one kind, so I had to go back on secondary and buy 2 steel pots. But we're making it work. But that one, folks, you got to be present to win. So stick around. We'll be doing that later after the interview. Unicode, let's talk about you. What for those that haven't read the article or talked to you in the past about this, why don't you tell us about your art style and how you became an artist, and then from there we'll probably talk about your journey into Web3 and crypto.
Sure. I can give a tiny introduction about myself.
Yeah.
So my name is Unicode. I mean, my artist name is Unicode. I'm a 23 years old French artist. Well, actually French and German, but I'm more French than German, so I'm only specifying this. And I've been drawing pretty much since I was a little kid. I'm, as far as I can remember, I started drawing when I was 3 or 4 years old. And I've been doing this ever since. And, for those who have seen some of my illustrations, you can see that I have been heavily influenced by mangas and also animes and, all that Japanese culture. And, I've been loving it. And I only started, drawing seriously again. Where was it? It was 4 years ago, something like this. Because I actually took a break when I was a teenager. But, when I finished school, I needed to start studying. And I wanted to do something that I loved. And, since I've always been loving drawing, I decided to join it was a gaming school. So I was studying game art. And I actually didn't really like it. I only did half a semester and then I dropped out because that's when I realized that I prefer to work on my own, like just being alone with my own ideas.
Wow, very young. You said French and German, but you said more French and German. I guess you like croissant more than you like Wurst, right?
Yeah, the Wurst, no. I've been living more in France than in Germany. I actually lived in both countries, but it's just I do know how to speak German a bit, but yeah.
We were I was just in Paris. Were you there for the NFT party?
No, sadly I couldn't attend to the NFT Paris, but I actually live in the south. It's it's actually nice not too far away.
The nice part of France, right?
Yeah, the sunny part.
yeah. And people are also nicer down there.
Yeah, might be. I don't want to say anything about this because I'm gonna be in trouble. But
well,
it's small.
As the American, I can say you chose wisely going French because you got better drinks and better food than those Germans. But that's just my bias.
Yeah. I mean, if we talk about food, I'd say I'm more comfortable with saying, French food is better, but German food, it's okay. It's not that terrible.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm not a meat eater. Like I don't eat like cow or pork or basically anything with 4 legs. Mm-hmm. So German food and I usually don't get along. So they find a way to inject beef or pork into I think every meal. So, but I love German beer. So
I see. Yeah,
I love my German friends. So I'm not gonna be that American. Well, so like I don't know if you were able to listen to our space last week. We had Tenebrini up here. He's an older artist. He's been around the block quite a bit. You're kind of at the other end of the spectrum. New, like the decision to like leave school and go out on your own. Like you said, you didn't want. You felt better working alone. But could you like share your thought process on that? And like, do you think like no regrets, right? But like, do you think it was the right move for your art?
I think I'm convinced, yeah, because when I left the school, I actually was drawing more than when I was in the school, like in the gaming school, because it was just myself, and I was just basically drawing the whole day. I had music in my ears and was just following my creativity. And there was, no one to tell me, okay, you have to do this, you have to do that, you don't have to do this, etc. So, it was all flowing, and I was feeling much more happier with what I was doing, with what I was creating. So it was definitely a good decision for me, and I had way more freedom, to create.
That's cool.
And well, that's I left this school 4 or 5 years ago, and ever since I left the school, I've been drawing every day. I mean, almost every day, and I'm still loving it.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I don't know a lot about anime or manga, so maybe you could educate me and tell me how that like inspires your work and what you draw from there.
Oh, okay. Well, it started when I was a kid. I discovered my first manga was Naruto. So it's a famous one. Like, even if you don't read mangas, like, you know this name.
Of course, I was watching it, man. I was watching it.
Yeah.
But then it got too long.
It's one of the best one.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's a long one, like, because it was created.
And the end was weird. Did you watch the? Well, I started watching it. I was super young, and then it finished 15 years later. I wasn't young anymore, and the end was weird. It didn't strike well. What did you think about the end?
Oh, I mean, I didn't watch or read everything. Like, I followed the story for a long time. Then I just stopped. But I did read the ending, and I don't know. It was just too simple for me. Like, just, I don't know. It was a bit, not rushed, but like a bit easy. But like, it was still a great manga, still a great anime, great story, and that's how I discovered, all this manga universe. And I'm grateful for that because, like I said, like it influenced my art like a lot.
What do you like about it? As far as influence on your art, like talk to me like I'm 5 because like I've seen Akira and like Ghost in the Shell. That's about it.
Oh, that's all the references you have.
That's it, man.
Bro.
That's it.
I mean, those are classics.
Yeah.
Classics. So.
Yeah, these are classics, but yeah, they are a very long time ago. You missed a couple of decades of like killer anime action.
Yeah. By the way, I'm old too, so I need my kids to get into anime, then they can teach me. Yeah,
but what struck me was just the simplicity and the contrast between the black and white. Because unlike comics, there was no colors, except for the cover illustration, but there were no colors, and I don't know, it was simple, dynamic, and like I said, just the black and white contrast. I really loved it. So I don't really know how to explain, but I just fell in love. And then I discovered other mangas and other animes.
Mangas inspired you more than animes, you would say?
Yeah, more mangas. Because what I prefer about mangas is that you can take your time to read. Like when you're watching an anime, it goes fast. And unless you just pause the anime every 2 minutes, just going too fast. But when you're reading, sometimes I just read one page and I just stay on the same page for 10 minutes. Just
you enjoy the medium, you enjoy the experience, right? You look at the small details.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's probably because I'm an artist myself, but I just enjoy to watch all those small threads. All those
interesting to hear that perspective, because I have a friend and he watches. He doesn't watch anime because it's too slow. It takes 20 minutes to watch an episode, and a manga he can finish it in 2-3 minutes. So completely the opposite from you. He's consuming it.
That's
I mean, I can understand. I can understand. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like the good thing about mangas is that they're being produced like really fast. Every month or like every 2-3 months you have a new volume, and it's like 180 pages. So it's going very fast because those Japanese artists, they're working really fast and really hard. But that's a great thing.
I can see from your work also maybe influenced from Attack on Titan a little bit.
I did watch the beginning. I haven't watched or read all seasons, but that's a great one too. Like the story is really unique and like aggressive, and I like it.
Stepping out of the anime territory now into more familiar waters for DJ, how did you find the undead community?
I feel like most people, I just saw it in the trending page on OpenSea. I saw it in the beginning when like the floor price was really low. It was maybe 0.02 or something like this. And when I really first joined it back in August, I was looking to flip it like many other projects. But then when I saw the project go in the trending again and again and again, I was like, damn, there's something going on. This is crazy because it all started from a free mint. Like there's no marketing, no influencers talking about it. It just came out of the blue, and when I saw it go in the trending page that many times, it just caught my curiosity. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy one again because I did flip the other one for a small profit. I'm not proud of this, but okay, please don't don't judge me. But when I when I joined the project, and it was in September, the floor price was high, but I just didn't care because I was like, okay, I want to join this and see what's happening, behind the curtain. And that's when I discovered the Discord, when I saw the general chat, when I saw the French channel, because I'm spending a lot of time on the French channel because I'm French and everything was going fast and there was so many people talking, enjoying the art, talking about the trades and the future of the project. I just loved it, And I was like, okay, how can I contribute to this? Like, what can I do? And I mean, the answer is obvious. So I just started drawing illustrations about those GUs. And that's how I started doing all those commissions and bringing all those GUs to life. And I loved it. And I still love it, like it just gives me so much freedom because, the good thing about drawing those GUs is that, undeads, they do not really exist. So you have that freedom to imagine them how you want them to be. And we have so many other great artists within the community, like Marcus, Gimmicks, Ripter, Saigo.
Incredible talent in there. Incredible talent.
Yeah, exactly. Like they're all so fucking talented. And everyone has his own, interpretation of how those GUs look like. I just love it, to see like how, for example, Marcus is drawing them and then how Gimmicks is drawing them. And it also inspires me. So, I just feel so comfortable, drawing those GUs and I love it. And I want to do this, I want to keep doing this. And that's probably what I'm going to do.
And we love you for doing it. Like, I was trying to find in the Discord some of like your original, like at the time I would just like call it fan art. It's turned into so much more than that now, but I couldn't find it. I did find one of your first commissions, or I think it's actually your first commission. Isn't that the nature that you did?
Well, actually, it wasn't a commission. I just did this because I wanted to. But my first commission, it was actually for Slinger. Like he asked me a banner, and that's the first commission. Like he's the first person who came to me, like asking, "Oh yeah, are you doing commissions?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, I'd love to." But the first illustration, it was just I just did it because I wanted to.
Yeah,
So the nature one. I also did another one with kind of an army of the undeads. But yeah, that was before I started doing commissions.
That's awesome. Of course, it was Slinger. But I had another.
Yeah, of course. The man.
The man's artistic. I don't know what the right word is, but he's done a lot for us. The first commission that you drew, what was it? I didn't catch that.
It was a banner, like
like a Twitter
it was
banner?
for Slinger with like a Twitter banner or wherever it fits.
Were you
But
into
yeah, it was-
NFTs before you found the GU community? And
Yeah, absolutely.
How did you end up there? You are very young. I guess you knew about crypto since earlier, right?
So a bit of backstory of how I entered cryptos and NFTs. So I have an older brother, and he was a bit into cryptos. It was, I don't know, what, 2019, 2020. And one day he came to me saying, "Oh, there's something, related to art and cryptos, which is called NFTs." I was like, "Okay, what is this?" And then he explained me a bit. And that's how I first discovered it. First, I was just, looking. I was like, okay, it's cool. But I didn't really understand, like, what it was all about, like, how it worked and all. So I made a bit of research. And, once I understood how it worked, I decided to start creating my own NFTs. So was back in summer 2K21. Like, I started working on a profile picture project. So it was called the Side Girl Club. And
what was it called?
The Side Girl Club. Like maybe I can. Well, let me see.
Decide Your Club. Yeah. Okay. Let me look it up.
Yeah. Wait. I think it was on Polygon because I didn't start it on Ethereum. Because gas prices, like gas fees, back in 2K21, it was just too high. Like, just for one small transaction, you had to pay more than $100. I'm like, not doing this. But yeah, so I started this project, and I managed to get quite a few collectors, and I was happy with what I was doing. But sadly, in 2K22, like in April, so just right before my birthday, my MetaMask got compromised, and I kind of lost everything. It was my mistake because I didn't have a ledger back then, and I actually didn't know what the ledger was enough. And I thought that, MetaMask was safe enough, but turns out it wasn't. So it was a bummer because I spent a lot of time working on this, every single illustration. And in the end, I just lost, almost everything because I did withdraw a bit of Ethereum back then, but I just lost. I kind of lost motivation. But I was like, okay, no, I'm not done. I'm gonna keep doing this. But then a few months later, the crypto market just crashed. I was like, oh, that's a bit unfortunate. And some people just started to lose interest in NFTs. And I was like, okay, I don't know if I want to keep doing this anymore. So for a few months, I was like, I didn't really know if I wanted to stay into Web3 NFTs or just go back to something more.
I can imagine. It was probably super demoralizing.
It was.
Imagine if you start like a new artist, man, and this happens, right?
Yeah, man. Like, I've spent so many months working on this project, and it just turns into ash. But shit happens, and you live, you learn. That's how it is. So
a bit of a heartbreaker, dream crasher. But,
exactly.
Congratulations for stepping up and giving it another shot.
Yeah, I did. So I did not give up, and actually worked on another project. Like I told a friend of mine, like, you have to go into NFTs and start your own thing, because she liked to draw, and I was like, okay, just start your own project. I'll help you. So for a few months, I worked in another project. It was called Genesia, and it was the same concept as my previous project. So just one-on-one pieces, like more like profile picture type. And yeah, that was fun. But then, unfortunately, for my friend, like she had some real life issues and had to change job, and then she just didn't have the time anymore to work on this. So yeah, another project that just ended. It was sad. But then again, for a few months, I was just drawing, like just for myself. And then that's when I discovered GU.
Born in the Bear.
So back in
you find a place in GU, man.
Yeah, I did, and I'm grateful for this. I'm grateful for this community, for the work that everyone is putting in. Like, it's just, yeah, I'm really grateful, and I love being in this journey.
I think it's a common bond a lot of us in the community have. It's like going through that crash and that long bear, and all the rugs, and then finding this, amazing pixel art that everyone kind of coalesced around, and ended up being a lot of like-minded individuals. It's amazing.
But this is how communities form, right? Through thick and thin, you need to form those bonds. It's not easy, and all those incredibly talented people we mentioned earlier around the GU community making art and representing GU. This is the real value, this is the real community. It's not the secondary flippers and all of that, because this is the lore and the art that elevates things to the next level.
So true. I mean, like, people like Unicode and everyone has just been contributing so much to this project, and it's given it the value that it has today. And I'm obviously very biased, but I think it's got a bright future. And I see a lot of faces below, a lot of skulls that are doing a lot for this project behind the scenes. I'm like so glad you persevered through that hack and like stuck with NFTs and found this Unicode. It's a lot of fate. I mean, like, my story thankfully doesn't include a hack, but I thought NFTs are like crazy, and like, why are people spending all this money on JPEGs? I really didn't understand it. And then the market crashed, and I was like, well, now it's like JPEGs are on sale, so let me like poke around.
Yeah.
And then we have all these like-minded individuals finding this amazing pixel art and going around that. And still, like, we talk about this in the article, and I know Tal Coltes has written about this as well. But like, your process, you seem to have like a very defined process for how you create art. Could you, for those that aren't aware, could you share that with the group?
Yeah, sure. Well, actually, I do not have like a really specific process. So basically, I just blast music in my ears and go with my creativity. But like, for example, for the commissions, like, I'm just gonna ask the person if he or she wants something special. Like, if he has wait, how can I say this?
A vision.
Yeah, like, if he wants something specific for his commission, like some details, some references, and if the person just tells me, like, just do something, I trust you, then I'll just let it to my creativity and try to come up with something great. But yeah, I don't really have like I said, a specific process. I'm just starting obviously with sketch, and then I'm showing the sketch to the person, so just to get his or her approval, and then just the lining, the colors, the shading, the final touches, and that's how I create.
Yeah, man. Like,
as simple as that.
I think the process I was referring to is more like your actual like drawing process and how you create the art. But I like, on the commission side, I totally agree. Like, I had the pleasure of commissioning you for a piece that I actually need to like tweet about in the not so distant future. But like, you were great, like going back and forth and like working with me, and that was super cool. So I'm gonna have to employ you again, my friend. I need,
Looking forward to
I need more
that.
GU fan art, or commissioned art, I should say.
Yeah, you can count on me.
So you mentioned blasting music, and I know we were like chatting a little bit online this week about your music tastes. Like educate me on what you like, and how does music like motivate you to draw, man? Because like music's the answer in my world, and I was so happy to like meet a fellow music lover.
Yeah, sure. So, we spoke about it yesterday, but I mainly, listen to electronic music, and more specifically, it's called progressive trance. I do also listen to drum and bass, to house, like deep house, chill house, whatever, and also more classic tunes like The Weeknd and famous artists like that. But for when I draw, like when I don't have an idea, I'm just gonna shuffle the music and go with something random, and then the music itself is gonna inspire me. But when I know what I want to draw, I can search for the music for hours and be like, okay, I need this specific song, and just gonna help me, just gonna help my creativity. But whatever the case, I'm always drawing with music. Like, there's no way I just draw without music, with just the silence, because
that's amazing that you you look like when you have a concept that you look for a song to draw to. Like, that is super cool.
Yeah, like for example, when I'm drawing GUs, I'm not gonna go for like emotional music. It's more like, I'd say, more aggressive music, because GUs
some psycho,
they're badass.
Hallucinator, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I know. But yeah, it's always, I always have music blasting my ears. And, I mean, sometimes when I've been drawing for like 4, 5, 6 hours straight, I can just take a break and just relax my ears, because otherwise I'm just gonna be deaf when I'm like 30. But
I went through a psychedelic trance phase myself.
Really?
like Goa stuff?
That's lovely. Yeah.
I also went to a festival. It was called. It was actually a super cool festival. It was called Soul Clips, and it happened March in Turkey in 2006. And yeah, that was the first time I dropped acid, and the festival was fucking brutal, man. It was an oddity. It was
I believe that.
it was an oddity. It wasn't like one of those planned festivals. It was like an eclipse happening, and it was visible from that spot in Turkey. So they did it there in March. So it was
That's
wild.
Like a renegade fest.
It was crazy.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was really really fun, and basically I was a trance head for the next year after that festival.
Yeah.
I mean, like, that type of music can be addictive.
Do you do psychedelics?
No, absolutely not. No, I don't do drugs, not drinking alcohol. Actually trying to, just stay in shape, like doing a lot of sport, but I do enjoy
more of
psychedelic
the
music.
type.
Yeah, but I do enjoy psychedelic music, so yeah.
Do you have any artists that inspired you in the space? Do you have any artists that you look up to here on the crypto space, and artists that you collect yourself?
Not really, because like I said, my main influence are manga artists, and those people are not on the blockchain. But there are a lot of crypto artists that are doing insane stuff that I really appreciate. There's one who's called, I think it's like 0010. I don't know if you guys know him. They're actually pretty famous, and he has an anime style, like anime manga style, and I really like what he's doing. But there are so many talented people and so many beautiful drawings that I'm seeing every day on Twitter. I just don't remember the names. Like, I'm not really good at remembering
but this
names.
is actually true. We were trying, and we still are trying. If our friends at Faceless are listening, we are still up to do the first real Japanese manga on Ethereum. Because it is very hard to connect with real Japanese artists, and there is a language barrier a lot of times there, and the the problem is that we don't get to see this amazing art being minted, and we don't have like access to these wonderful artists to experience their work. So we definitely need more of that on NFTs in general, but definitely on Ethereum.
Yeah, that's for sure. But like, yeah, going back to your question, like, if I had to name one artist that really inspired me, his name would be Boichi, Boiche. So he's a Japanese artist, mangaka, and he's just my favorite artist. Like, yeah, 100%. Like, there are many other artists that I really admire, but this one, Boichi, is just the king for
How do you
me.
spell it?
Boiche. Wait, is it I? I'd always
With an I.
confused with English letters.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
I just show you an idea.
Wow! Yeah, he's great, man. Amazing styles.
Been doing this for a lot of time, and just ever since I discovered his art, I'm like amazed.
Is he the Dragon Ball Z one? See, there's another one I know, Dragon Ball Z. See.
Yeah, obviously, like.
Bro, you don't know, how cool was it every weekend waiting for the fucking Dragon Ball, and then and then you wait all fucking week to figure out what's gonna happen, and then it's a rerun on Saturday on television. Oh my god, man! That was like you think a rug makes you feel bad. That was like psychological torture, man. As a kid, I still remember it. I was hooked on it big time.
So I don't know if this qualifies as anime, but like I remember watching this show when I was a kid. I think it was called Star Blazers. It was like a battleship that had been converted to like a spaceship. Yeah, and that was pretty nuts. I don't know. It definitely.
I don't know. Maybe I don't even know if it was a manga, an anime, but
probably not.
Do you know the name?
Star Blazers.
Star Blazer. Okay.
Oh, Star Blazers.
No,
I don't know. Never heard of that.
It's way before your time. I can tell you that. But so this, I think we got a to-do list coming out of this. Is we need to hit up the GU Japanese community.
Oh, you guys have a Japanese arm?
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to oversell it by any means, but I know we definitely have some holders. We have a pretty active Lou holder who is not Japanese, but he lives in Japan, and he's pretty well connected with artists. Justin's his name. I'm forgetting his full holder name, but it's Justin something. And then I'm going to check right now. Do we have a Japan channel? We should have.
Yeah, check it.
Yeah.
Let's open up the floor also. If any of our wonderful audience would like to jump in on the conversation and ask a couple of questions and in general chat, now's the time. Raise your hand, guys. We'll pass the mic.
Yeah, I see we have some GU profile pictures in there. I just love to see it.
It's great to see it.
I mean, those GU's profile pictures, they pop so well. Like, I haven't talked about the GU art itself, but obviously it's a masterpiece. Like, I've never seen something like this. It's just 24 by 24 pixels, but it feels so alive. And just the colors,
very well done.
Yeah, just the shadings. Like, if you look at, for example, at the zombie trait, like for example, Hokinut, he has a zombie profile picture, and you can see that the shadow is like slightly purplish, and just thinking of doing this, just like as an artist, I'm really amazed by this. Just he's a genius. Like
this is how Dudley found out about them. Dudley is an artist; he's not a trader, and
yeah,
he saw the art, and he's like, "Oh, that's really nice," because he's a pixel artist himself, and he recognized the work. You can tell the story, Dudley.
It's like 1 or 2 weeks after it was like minted out, and I just saw it somewhere. I was actually scouting for some pixel art PFPs, or I was doing some research because we're also
we were doing the research. Yeah.
Looking what's going on in like PFPs, in a pixel art, and there are a lot of course, outlined and kind of a cartoonish style going on. And then I saw this, and I was like, wow, I haven't even looked for any other info. I just like bought it as I saw it. Then I was like looking much deeper and bought more. And yeah, Red then was infected by this hype, and
Red cannot stand. Red cannot stand the FOMO.
Then we're hotter, and we probably will hodl till the end, whatever it is.
To 100 or 0, we're going. Red, you've got like over 20, right?
I have 20, but not all in the same wallet. I have some in another wallet. In my main wallet, I don't know how many I have. But my total hold is 20 GUs, and I haven't sold a single one. I will sell, of course. That's why I have 20 of them. But I believe that, it's a great project. I really enjoying, being in touch with the community, meeting you guys. Like ever since we found the project, and I bought, and we have been discussing the project. It's always been really nice, from the beginning till now. It's all been good vibes, good community. The people who we meet are really nice. They're interested in art. So yeah, I see a lot of potential in this project. I see people are excited. They're working for it, and it takes a long time, man. I know. Things in crypto is if it's not pumping today, it's dead. But it's actually not true. Things take fucking time
It's all those
that's true.
flippers. Well, are we going to meet you in New York at the GU event? We're going to get you and Dudley there.
We are throwing ourselves an event also, and we moved it to the 12th. So you said the GU event is on the 13th. I think we are going to hit it. Please put us on the list. Because I am notoriously bad with lists. Every time in Paris we go there is a list and there's a bouncer. I'm like, fuck my ass, not again. I always make it in, I go there. You
flash your punk, right? You're like punk coming through.
Yeah. That's how I learned to do it. It's a dick move. But Zaf was like, yeah, no, just go to the entrance, say you're a crypto punk. I'm like, what the fuck, that works? Yeah, it does. So, well, it's true. I am a CryptoPunk, so that's why I was there. So I went there and I said, hey, I'm a CryptoPunk. And yeah, they let us in. And another time, on the actual NFT Paris, on the venue, we wanted to smuggle in a friend, and we didn't want to pay. So we went through the first check. I passed my phone, so the guard scanned the same ticket, kind of. And then there was a real check, and we couldn't get in. So we were stuck there in limbo, and I was like, "Oh, what to do? Okay, we will go in. We will show our bracelets, but you stay in the center. You pretend you show it, but you don't. But she was a little, "Oh, should we do it? Oh, it's risky." And then Zaf was like, "Okay, let me try this." And he go there. Hey, I'm a CryptoPunk. We want to get our friend in. We don't want to pay.
Like,
It fucking worked, bro. Like what? There's no shame, It worked. It worked. Actually, like 90% of the people don't pay for these events, so it's not like I don't want to pay. It's like I feel bad if I pay.
Yeah.
Like
mm,
you know.
I remember when I was way into clubbing, like I get so pissed when I had to pay. Like there's so many ways to get on a list. Like you can just work it.
Exactly, man. But what's gonna happen? Unicode, are you going to be in New York?
I would love to, but I have to see if I can manage to.
There is
go
direct
there,
flight from France, man. Like that's
from Paris. Yeah, I believe that, but
not only from Paris, from France. There's a lot of direct flights. France is the most visited country in the world. Yeah, and Americans have like a very romantic vision for France. Maybe for Paris only.
Yeah, maybe too much. Like in my opinion, Paris. I really don't like the city, but that's another topic.
There's a lot of great.
If you are from France, I understand
Sure.
you wouldn't like Paris, but if you are from Europe, Paris is like an okay city. It's a big city.
I mean, for visiting, like for a couple of days, I don't mind, but I wouldn't live in Paris. I just couldn't.
But it's it's great to visit. It has the Louvre. It has like so many sites. It's
there's a lot of stuff to do in Paris, but like a week. I wouldn't stay more than a week.
Oh yeah,
to be honest.
Plenty of time to visit. So two things is one in the Twitter post beneath the space. If you look there, we've got a lot of your fan art posted, and Saigo found Star Blazers, so it's not just me. It's a real thing.
Oh, it's something real. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, so we haven't talked about your art drop, man. Let's talk about your art drop, which I really appreciated, both because of our theme of the inevitable life, death, and the after, and how it touched on that, but also just seeing more of your work that's not Genuine Undead. I think that's great, and but if you're comfortable with it, maybe talk about what that piece means to you. And what thoughts you might have about death and the after.
Sure. So I'd say this piece is just a mix of what I like to draw. So we have that female character as a base. I do like to draw a lot of female characters, just probably because of mangas, but it's just I got used to that, and I love doing that. And when you ask me to draw something about life and death, I was like, okay, I have to put a bit of GU in this. So that's why on the right side you can see the skull. So it's kind of like there's a GU underneath the skin. And for the rest, like I said earlier, it's just music in my ears, my creativity, imagination, and that's how it was created. It's just
that's awesome.
Honestly, it's not more complicated with me. It's just if I have an idea in mind, I'll just go for it. If I like it, that's great. If I don't like it, just start from scratch and try something new.
I love that. I think it's the beauty of youth as well. If for those who haven't seen it, the drop that we're talking about, it's the most recent.
It's really cool, man. I can really see the anime influence, right? Like the hands try to steal the souls and the X-ray rib cage. I can see it, man. It's amazing.
Yeah, I pinned
but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's pinned up top. So yeah, let me explain a little bit to those who don't know. The Art Drops is our curated exhibition, and it's our way of promoting arts and artists, giving back. With every Gazette, which is our weekly publication recording the NFT history with our beautiful art covers, you get a free NFT mint from different artists every week. And for every set of 7 weeks, it is a curated show. So you get a different artist, but on a common theme, and the curator is DJ for these 7 weeks that we are doing. And the name of the exhibition is Mr. DJ.
The Inevitable, Life, Death, and the After. All things death and undead and whatever you think about those topics. We're going to be featuring a lot of art, and we're going to have some more articles about it. Unicode's interpretation of the theme here, and yeah, I think is awesome. I actually didn't know that was an undead. I mean, I knew it was a skeleton. You could see the bones, but I didn't know GU was under there. So that's super cool to know. And for everyone that meant, like, know that Unicode and myself, we get some of the proceeds here. So if you want to support either of us, please mint. And it supports the Red Lion ecosystem, which is so supportive of artists in this space. They really do a lot, and the Gazette covers themselves are real pieces of work too. Though I don't know if I gave anyone permission to put my water pipe in this particular Gazette cover, but I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it slide. You guys can just take my water pipe and draw it whenever you want.
Thank you so much, man. Yeah, it's like 0.015 to mint a Gazette. We had amazing art drops, man. Like, you see, like right now there is a Sotheby's auction with Creum, and his art is really picking up. And we featured him on issue, I don't know, what was it, Dudley? 90? No, it was like 98.
I don't know.
Was it GM Crypto, right? We shared it. But anyway,
pinning. It was Gazette 92, actually.
92, issue 92, yeah. On 102, we had Hakata for subscriber rewards. Last year, we gave a Joy Toy to every subscriber. So it was we have we have a great mix of like good value, good names. Of course, we are curating them, and yeah, we think it's a net positive for the space. So
you
that's
guys
why
have been early
we
on
keep
so
at
many
it.
artists.
Yeah, and big shout out to all the artists and the amazing people who have worked with us in the past, from top names to small names. We appreciate every single one, and I think that is the. Thank you. I love it. Immediately, I smiled when I heard the clapping.
I told you I was going to get crazy with the soundboard at some point.
Yeah.
I got to start a space just so I know what all these do, and I don't torture everyone just experimenting.
I don't know, Unicode, do you have any final statements before we close? Actually, where can people find you? Do you have your own Discord? How can people get in touch? Where do you hang?
I don't have a personal Discord, but I do have a link in my Twitter bio that just redirects to all my artistic stuff. So like all my GU commissions, my other illustration stuff. So yeah, if you go on my profile in my bio, you can find everything.
All right, but you should also maybe start one server. It is good practice. So if you have people that are super interested in your art and yourself, they can build a daily relationship with you, and it's nice to
that's
make
true,
your audience.
Yeah, well, maybe there's something coming.
You know why I say that? Because when I started with Gazette, I was a bit embarrassed to start a Discord server, because I was like, man, I will be there all alone, but we have like 1,500 people right now. So don't be embarrassed. Go out there and start your server, and people who love what you do, they will get in.
Yeah, I'm sure about this. I mean, I did create a Discord server for like my previous project, but yeah, there might be something cooking and coming up soon.
Oh,
I can't tell more about this now, but
okay.
it will come in due time.
It's confidential.
Yeah.
Things are being built.
Yeah, exactly. Always.
Always.
All right. I don't know if you have anything before we close, DJ.
Well, let me run the giveaways.
Yes, the giveaway.
Oh yeah. Giveaway.
The most important part.
Right? You're gonna. Yeah. Why don't you guys give me a few, like a minute to do this, and I'll make the announcement.
Sure.
And, did we have anyone want to come up and ask Unicode or talk to us about any questions on it? Oh, I thought for sure we'd have some brave GU come up here.
It's very rare that we have questions, I don't know if people find me intimidating or.
Yes, that's probably the case.
That's just
people told me that, like, we thought you were very intimidating online, and then like we spoke on Spaces or live, and they were like, but, you're not like that. And I'm like, yeah,
it's true. I mean, you can have sometimes wake up and tweet, but Spaces, you're a sweetheart.
Yeah, rough on the exterior, mushy on the inside.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So let's run those giveaways, and yeah, I'm rolling.
I forgot. I always have to do this on a different browser because it doesn't like my Chrome browser for some reason.
So how are you doing it?
Just through Twitter Picker. Let's see here. I'm gonna have to mute you. Hang on.
Let's wait. Wait for the drum roll.
Should have done this while we're talking. So painful. Come on, Twitter Picker.
All right, no worries.
I know, Red. Tell us about your comedy show. Define comedy loosely.
Is Darvid in here? Oh my God, I love this guy so much, man. But he's busy. He makes so many videos and so amazing content. And there's also one more problem. He's from New Zealand or somewhere, and it's really, really hard to like sync. So when it's morning for me, it's night for him. And the other way around. So like, it's weird to making a show that is like so apart in time. Someone just woke up or is super early, and for someone else is super late at night. It's very hard to catch a window, to arrange and put it together, go on a call, But I really, really want to start a show with him. More about like we do the trading show challenge. 1 to 100 ETH. We are slightly in profit. No. Actually, we have like 0.25 and 0.22 NFT. So tiny profit. We had like our first couple of profitable trades, but yeah, we got robbed a little bit. But get rich. Or get rugged trying, So we will get there. But anyway, the stream I want to do with Darvid is a wallet review. We are going to review my wallet and roast check my very terrible, awful buys that I'm not very proud
this
of.
1 to 100th challenge. Like, how are you going to do that?
Well, I don't know, man. Like somehow, I'm trying to get an edge wherever I can. Like, I also say on the stream that like when I'm trying it, but like I'm guessing that like someone who had one if he would be spending like the whole week doing research on what he's buying next and all of that. So please don't follow my advice. I just do it for the stream, and I'm trying to randomly get there. I'm not saying that. I will, or it's financial advice. I do it strictly for entertainment purposes. But like I am a noob. When I started trading NFTs and crypto and all of that, there were not as many tools to use and techniques and stuff to know. So like I'm rediscovering all of that alongside with the audience, and I'm trying to make a profit. Basically, I'm trying to share what I know, but I don't know much. I'm just trying.
Yeah, I enjoy watching, but I don't need the disclaimer not to follow your moves.
Yeah. Well, I have done it once to one is to 100 plus. So I hope I am lucky enough to do it again
Nice.
if the times are good.
Just get a time machine and go back and then checks, right?
But there will be the next check. So this is what I'm trying to like educate the people about. There's no reason to FOMO to the wrong stuff. You can also trade, and like when you trade, you're also adding value. So you can add value to where value should be added, and not just to noise and scams and rugs and
yeah, for sure. Well, that discussion of your poor trading, excuse me, learning to trade gave me enough time to run these giveaways, and for the Unicode giveaway, what was it, Dawn of the Undead? Is that the name of the Unicode? I forget.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's the name.
yeah, which was a limited edition that you had. That is going to an actual GU, Arab NFTs. He's not here. I'll DM him, but awesome. And look at this. Our fellow GU artist Saigo is going to win the full set of gimmicks.
Let's go, Saigo. Let's go. That's so nice.
I'm jealous.
And he's here also. That's so cool, man. That's so nice. I love it.
Awesome. Well, Unicorn, thanks so much for your time and your art and everything you do for not only the NFT artistic community, but for GU in particular. So glad to have you around and be able to talk to you today.
Yeah, thanks for having me, and thanks for everyone who showed up. Thanks to the GU fam for showing up, and I'm grateful for all of this.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much for having an art drop with us. We hope to meet you in Paris. Maybe you change your mind. You catch on a Concorde flight. You come fast to New York to meet with us.
Yeah. If you see me in Paris, just make a wish, because you're not gonna see me there often. But yeah, maybe New York. I don't know.
We get it. You love Paris. You can stop.
Yeah, absolutely love it. It's beautiful and clean city.
Well, thank you so much for being here. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Dudley. And thank you, everybody, for listening to us. If you want to keep up with Red Lion, just follow us on Twitter. Come join our server. Get in touch. We chat with everyone all the time. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, guys.